The sprint backlog is the developer's compass, an evolving plan to turn intent into impact, ideas into a done increment. Yet, many teams misinterpret or misuse it. Some believe it's a fixed contract that cannot change. Some assume it's just a task list that must be completed at all costs. Some think the product owner manages it. And some confuse it with just another version of the product backlog. But here's the reality. The sprint backlog is a dynamic living artifact that evolves as the team works toward the sprint goal. It is owned and managed by developers, providing real-time visibility into progress, adjustments, and adaptations throughout the sprint. Let's rethink the sprint backlog and clear up the biggest misconceptions. Myth 1. The sprint backlog is just a task list. Reality. It's not just a list of tasks, it's a strategic work plan for the sprint. It consists of 3 key elements. 1. Sprint goal. It defines the purpose of the sprint, the single objective that gives meaning and focus to the work. 2. Selected product backlog items, aka PBIs, the work to be done to deliver on that purpose. 3. Actionable plan, the evolving plan to deliver the increment, how they'll collaborate, adapt, and get to done together. It's not about checking off tasks. It's about collaborating to meet the sprint goal effectively. Myth 2. The sprint backlog cannot change once the sprint starts. Reality, the sprint backlog is flexible, but the sprint goal remains stable. Developers can and should update the sprint backlog throughout the sprint. Adjustments are made to maximize value while staying aligned with the sprint goal. New work items can be added. Existing items can be reprioritized, and tasks can evolve based on insights gained during the sprint. Myth 3. The product owner owns and manages the sprint backlog. Reality. The sprint backlog is fully owned and managed by the developers. The product owner cannot change it. Only developers can update, refine, or modify the sprint backlog. The product owner may collaborate on trade-offs, but the sprint backlog belongs to the developers alone. Myth 4. The sprint backlog is just a copy of the product backlog. Reality, the sprint backlog and product backlog serve very different purposes. Product backlog is the big picture, everything that might be needed for the product. Sprint backlog is the short-term execution plan, a subset of items selected for the current sprint. They are distinct and managed separately. The true purpose of the sprint backlog is a shared evolving plan for delivering a done increment. Ensures visibility, flexibility, and adaptation. Helps developers self-manage their work. Supports the sprint goal while allowing necessary refinements. The future of the sprint backlog in an AI-powered world. AI may help with task forecasting, work item prioritization, progress tracking. But AI cannot replace developers' autonomy in self-managing their sprint execution. Replace emergent learnings and creative problem-solving. Ensure alignment with business goals without human collaboration. Rethink Scrum is about understanding Scrum beyond the surface. What's the biggest misconception you've seen about the sprint backlog? If you like my content and want to explore Scrum further, look me up on LinkedIn or Instagram.